What if the biggest geological threat wasn't a violent, ground-shaking earthquake, but a deep, silent movement happening right now beneath our feet? We're taught to watch for the big one, the sudden jolt. But in 2025, scientists are realizing that the most profound changes along the Pacific Ring of Fire might be happening in complete and total silence. For anyone living on the West Coast or really anywhere near the Pacific, the Ring of Fire is a familiar term. It's that massive, horseshoe-shaped line on the map that stretches from New Zealand, up through Japan, across to Alaska, and all the way down the coast of North and South America. It's the planet's geological superstar. Think of it like the seams on a giant baseball, where massive tectonic plates are all grinding against each other. This cosmic friction is why the Ring of Fire is home to about 90% of the world's earthquakes and over 75% of its active volcanoes. It's a place of immense power and constant change. For centuries, our understanding of this power was based on what we could feel and see: the explosive eruption, the terrifying tremor. But that's only half the story. Scientists have discovered a bizarre and almost invisible phenomenon: the silent earthquake. Officially, they're often called slow-slip events, and they are completely rewriting the rules of geology. Imagine trying to open a very old, very heavy stone door. A normal earthquake is like kicking that door open with one violent, sudden burst of energy. The whole room shakes, dust falls. It's over in seconds. A silent earthquake, on the other hand, is like leaning on that same door with steady pressure for weeks or even months. The door moves the exact same distance, but so slowly and quietly that you wouldn't even notice unless you had a ruler to measure its progress. That's what's happening deep within the Earth's crust. In certain zones, tectonic plates aren't just getting stuck and then suddenly rupturing. Instead, they are slipping past each other in super slow motion, releasing the energy equivalent of a magnitude 6 or even 7 earthquake, but over a period of many months. There's no shaking, no rattling windows, no swaying buildings. Nothing. It's a ghost in the geological machine, a tremor you can't feel. So if we can't feel them, how on earth do we know they're happening? The answer is one of the coolest applications of modern technology: GPS. Not the GPS in your phone that tells you where to turn, but a network of thousands of hypersensitive stationary GPS sensors bolted directly into the bedrock. These instruments can detect movements as small as a few millimeters, and what they've been showing us is staggering. They see the ground itself deforming, bulging upwards and shifting sideways by tiny amounts over a period of weeks before settling back down. This slow, rhythmic breathing of the Earth's crust is the telltale signature of a massive slow-slip event taking place many miles below the surface. So, why is this a hot topic in 2025? Because our ability to detect these silent quakes has exploded, and the more we look, the more of them we find. We're seeing them all around the Ring of Fire, from Japan to Mexico to New Zealand. But one of the most active and concerning areas is right here in North America, the Cascadia Subduction Zone. This is a massive fault that runs from Northern California all the way up to British Columbia, just off the coast of Portland and Seattle. It's famously known as a megathrust fault, capable of producing a magnitude 9 earthquake, an event that would be catastrophic for the region. And scientists have discovered that deep beneath Washington and Oregon, the Cascadia Fault is letting off steam with these silent tremors, roughly every 14 months. This brings us to the billion-dollar question in the title. Are these unseen tremors awakening the Ring of Fire? Are they a warning sign? The honest answer is, it's complicated, and scientists are fiercely debating it. On one side of the argument, some geologists believe these slow-slip events could be a good thing. Think of them as a safety valve. By regularly and quietly releasing stress on the deeper part of the fault, they might actually be reducing the total strain, potentially delaying the next big one. It's like letting a little air out of a balloon so it doesn't pop. In this view, the silent quakes are a blessing in disguise, a process that helps keep the peace. However, there's another, more ominous theory. While these silent slips release stress in the deep part of the fault, they might be doing the exact opposite to the section above it. As the deep part slides, it could be transferring that stress upwards to the shallow, locked portion of the fault, the part that does rupture violently. Imagine a line of dominoes. A slow, Gentle push on the first one might not seem like much, but it inevitably loads energy into the next one in line, bringing it closer to its tipping point. In this scenario, each silent tremor isn't a release of pressure, but a turn of the wrench tightening the spring for an eventual megaquake. It could be the quiet countdown to a cataclysm. So, what does this all mean for us, living on this dynamic planet? It means we are in the middle of a profound scientific revolution. For the first time, we aren't just waiting for the ground to shake. We are actively listening to its whispers. Understanding these silent movements gives us an unprecedented view into the physics of a fault zone. It helps us map out which sections are locked and building strain, and which are creeping along quietly. While it doesn't allow us to predict earthquakes with pinpoint accuracy, it elevates forecasting from a guessing game to a science based on measuring stress and strain in near real time. The Earth is not a dead rock floating in space. It is a living, breathing system. It groans, it stretches, and it shifts in ways both violent and subtle. These unseen tremors are the planet's subtle language, a conversation that has been happening for millennia. And in 2025, with our incredible technology, we are finally beginning to understand what it's saying. The question isn't just whether the Ring of Fire is awakening, but whether we're learning to listen fast enough.